Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for the week of May 22nd. This week, definitely check out astrojar.com for more awesome readers and astrologers. Let's also see what is going on for you this week. And definitely seems to be a focus in the home for you this week, right at the beginning. But, and definitely opportunities as well here. So let's see what we get. Let me just pull one more for that. Okay. You start off with the Four of Hearts, so focus in the home, thinking about the home at this time. Normally I say this card has to do with commitments, but you also have the Four of Clubs, so you could just be having a general type of focus around the home and where you live. Could also be thinking about travel, future travel, I would say, because you have the Four of Clubs. Four of Clubs has to do with the future, things happening in the future. You also have the Jack of Clubs, Nine of Clubs. You have all these kind of like clubs cards this week, which definitely has to do with future thinking, future planning. But this is a card of commitments and needing to commit to some sort of change or something going on in your life. Could even be a person in general, but normally has to do with commitments to something. Very positive card. Like I said, it says that if you commit to something new, most, this could be, normally these are, I'll say, like changes with yourself, like new daily routines, diet changes, workout changes, or even just anything positive. I would say any positive influence on yourself. This is a card of committing to those changes, and it brings in bigger results. Next, you have the Six of Spades. Six of Spades is a card of fate, kind of fated things happening to you this week at this time, and it's a card of incremental improvements, as I say, making improvements kind of one step at a time. But it can say that things maybe are getting boring. Like I say, it's a card, you kind of have this story here this week of needing to change maybe your daily routine, needing to focus in on that, needing to mix up what you do every single day, especially if you find yourself, doing the same thing over and over and over again. It says that you just need to make some minor changes to kind of bring more excitement into your life. This is also a card of cooperating with yourself. It says that if you have ideas and you're not like taking advantage of those ideas, launching those businesses, starting those new jobs, or even talking to that person you want to talk to or whatever, if you're not doing those things, you're really holding yourself back with this card. I always say it's not a bad card because it does represent improvements, but you have to kind of make those improvements as well. And I'm just going to skip ahead to this Four of Clubs. It comes up later, but we're going to read it now. This card, I think, has to do with, the reason I say daily routines and things is because this card is like a card of building something on sand and just having it like wash away, and it can represent that type of cycle in your life where maybe it's like you build things up only to watch them kind of like fall away, to build, kind of go away. So it's a card of needing to build things on a more solid foundation. I think you've been getting this card with me for years, and you're like the only sign that constantly gets the Four of Clubs. So it represents having a desire for that type of stability, for building something in your life that's permanent. Could be a relationship, could just be something for you, could just be like a workout routine or something like that, could be a business. But it's a card of like needing to build something more solid. And it's also a card of like not building things in reverse either, which sounds weird. But with this card, it's like you could be thinking all the way up here at the top, trying to build things up from the top down. It says no, you need to start at the foundation so that there can actually be some strength there. And it's a card of doing something creative, doing something that you're passionate about as well. I've talked about this for a while. I think a lot of people are gonna we're going to see more things like Etsy and things like that in the future, where people are going to have like hobby-based businesses, and they're going to be providing value in that way, which is going to be very different than what we have right now. So definitely do that. It can also represent a fear of commitment. It's funny, the Four of Hearts, the first card you had, is the card of commitment. Like I said, needing to commit. This represents the opposite. It represents a fear of committing to just one thing. So definitely something you need to do. Next, you have the Jack of Clubs, a card of messages and messages coming to you, paying attention to people around you, paying attention to people in your life as well, but mostly messages. And it's also a card of needing to, again, trust yourself, really. It's a card of trust and a card of honesty and a card of being honest with yourself. But it also has a lot to do with support. And it does say the people in your life are supporting you on this journey that you're on here, working towards the goals that you're working towards. Next, you have one of my favorite cards, Nine of Clubs. Card of opportunities, more opportunities coming to you at this time. I always say, this is a card of achievement, recognition, getting your goal, reaching your goals and things like that. But it can also represent an ending to things. It can say like certain things are ending so that new things can start. So it can represent the ending of cycles, and it can also represent like things kind of wrapping up. But it can definitely represent new jobs, new businesses coming in, moving to new locations, or like I said, mostly thoughts. I would say Four of Clubs. Four of Clubs is kind of like an annoying card to me every once in a while, because whenever I see a Four of Clubs, I know that it's just the kind of the dream, the thought of doing whatever it is that you want to do. But it does say that you can make that your reality. You just have to set up that foundation. You have to build up the foundation first before you actually get going towards that dream. But it does represent that can happen. And again, this card represents the completion of ideas, working towards the completion of some goal, working towards the completion of some idea. So I think that you're really kind of on the right path. Next, Nine of Spades. Let go of fears, and let go, especially old fears. I think with, I don't know, maybe Neptune, that we're holding on to a lot of old fears, especially in Pisces. I don't think it's necessarily like an actual, like true astrological, meaning, but I think that Neptune, rules Pisces. Pisces holds on to fears and things like that. So I think that this will keep coming up quite a bit until 2025 when Pisces, or 2026, whatever it is, when Neptune moves out of Pisces. A lot of us could be holding on to a lot of these old fears, thinking about a lot of these things. So let go of that. And finally, as for a clarifier on that Nine of Spades, got the Five of Spades, needing to take a risk. So again, the opposite of Neptune and Pisces. Pisces doesn't necessarily want to take risks. Pisces wants to be comfortable and things like that. So this is a card of you needing to take a risk, needing to step outside your comfort zone, needing to do something that's more adventurous, that's more kind of, like I said, outside your comfort zone. I've said it before. If I could just give a term or give a word to, or whatever, a sentence about 2017, it would be stepping outside your comfort zone, or kind of not even, it's like resetting your comfort zone, creating a new comfort zone, somewhere new that's uncomfortable. And I think a lot of people will be working towards that. So looks like an interesting week. So thank you for watching, and enjoy your week.